A Muslim asked me to show him where the word Trinity is written in the Bible. Well, I didn't go far. I just asked him to show me where the word Tawheed is written in his Quran. Of course, Christians believe in the Trinity because the concept is found everywhere in the Bible. The concept of Trinity is undeniably present from Genesis to Revelation. So also, the Muslims believe in Tawheed, the oneness of Allah, and they hold on to that with all their might. In fact, they would always want to argue with the Christian that the Christians serve three gods, whereas that is not true. For the fact that we believe in Trinity doesn't mean that we have three different gods. We serve just one God. Of course, Jesus said, the Lord your God is one. And this is what the Christians believe. But this one God has his spirit, has his word. The Father sent his word. The Father sent his spirit. And we understand also that the word of the Father is co-eternal. The word of the Father is also of the same essence with the Father, and so is the Spirit. But Muslims find it very difficult to understand this concept. So they accuse us of idolatry practices or being polytheists. Well, it will not augur well if we begin to banter words with people who lack understanding. Rather, we keep praying, we keep teaching, we keep exposing. But here it is, we ask the Muslims also who believe in the Tawheed as a concept also, as a doctrine also. We say, show us in the Quran, where the Quran also writes the word Tawheed, even in Arabic and in English. But we've been waiting for decades, we've been waiting for centuries. No one ever pointed out. So here is the problem. Here is where the hypocrisy of most Muslims is being exposed. Muslims are afraid of being judged by the same standard they judge others. For instance, a Muslim will gladly want to debate with you or argue with you that Jesus is not God. They will come up with the topic and say, oh, let's debate. Jesus is God. I want to debate you. But also tell a Muslim, can we debate? Is Muhammad the prophet of God? They will say, oh, no, the Christians lack the capacity to come into a debate of such nature. You don't know anything about our prophet, so you cannot debate us on that. But they will gladly want to debate with you on Jesus because they feel they have something about Jesus. And unfortunately, the Jesus they know or the Isa they have in their Quran is nothing in comparison with the Jesus of the Bible that has historical backing and historical evidence to his existence. The Isa of the Quran is a myth. The Isa of the Quran never existed. It's just a creation of somebody's imagination. But the Jesus of the Bible walked this earth, said God is his father, healed the sick, had friends, had disciples, had by name chosen them. He moved about doing his work. God was with him. He was seen, he was known, he was touched. But the Isa of the Quran is a very strange creation. He started speaking as a baby. He is more of a comedian. So, that is it. This is the hypocrisy that we find ourselves. So Muslims will always want to go to argue about Jesus, thinking they know Jesus. But the Isa they know is not the Jesus of the Bible. Because now I always tell Muslims, the name Isa lacks the root, the Hebrew root of salvation. God saves. Before Muhammad, before the existence, the emergence of Islam, the Arabic Christians knew Jesus of the Bible and they called him Yasu. which is the equivalent of Yeshua. And for them, it meant Yahweh is salvation. But then, when Muhammad came with this other Isa, he said his name is Isa. And you ask a Muslim, what is the meaning of Isa? He will only tell you it is a translation of the word Jesus, which is not true. Why was he afraid of using the Yasu that was known to the Arab Christians? Why did he need to change it when he is also an Arab? Sorry. Here is where the problem lies. So it's difficult for us to have a very cordial discussion with Muslims because they assume they know when they are supposed to learn. Of course, the Quran admonishes every Muslim through Muhammad that if they have a doubt concerning the revelation they have gotten, which is the Quran, they should meet the people of the book. And the Quran is supposed to confirm and affirm the previous revelations, which was available in the 7th century Arabia. So, today somebody is telling me that the Quran is actually the standard to judge the validity of the Bible. I'm not sure that is what the Quran even teaches Muslims. The Bible is supposed to be the standard because you are asked to go back and ask those who had the scriptures before it. I'm using this video to invite our Muslim brothers and sisters to reconsider their ways and begin to seek proper knowledge in humility, allowing the Christians to teach them, because the Quran says they should ask the people who had the scripture before them. My name remains Young as Sanga, and this is Al-Haqq Apologetics and Polemics. If you are yet to subscribe, please do so and also click on the notification bell. Shukran.